Welcome back to the farm, everyone. Today we are talking about chickens, and I'm gonna give you a little update on my meat chickens here before we get started. Look, I've had them for a week today, and God, they have grown. These Cornish cross, man, they grow so fast, and they drink a ton of water, and they eat a ton of feed. I can only imagine what they're gonna do once they get bigger. They are flat eating, man. Eating way more than the laying chicks have. But anyways, today's video is not about my meat chickens. Today's video is about poultry netting. I don't know how many of you guys use it. If you don't use it already, so far I'm pleased with it. But you can see here, I've got it set up around my chicken coop, and we've had it out now for we put it out this past weekend, and today is Thursday, so almost a week. But I just put it around everything here. This roll that I used was 165 feet. I've got it running all the way around, back over to the other side, and it runs all the way around behind the chicken coop. I've got power on it. Chicken so far is loving it. They like being out loose. But I want to mention that from what I'm read and what I've told, it keeps the chickens in. How in the world they don't fly out of it, I don't know. I'm guessing if they wanted to fly out of this netting, they could, because it's only, I think, 48 inches high. But they hadn't offered to fly out of it yet. I had a couple of the small ones actually run through those squares there. And on the label, it was considered predator netting, not poultry netting, which means it's made to keep the predators out while still kind of containing the chickens. So basically it's protection from the predators, not necessarily something to keep the chickens in. But so far, man, these chickens are loving being out here on this grass. I just put them, I moved the fence around just a little bit, and I just put them to where they could get to this little patch of clover here, and they're tearing it up. And you can probably hear this fence popping, and that's because it's got power on every orange wire you see, and that black one on the very bottom don't. And what's happening is the grass has gotten a little tall, and it's starting to ground out on that bottom wire there. So I don't know if the camera's picking up that popping or not, but you can hear it, and it works best that I've seen when you've got your grass mowed down short. But so far, so good with it. The brand of this netting that I'm using is, you can see here's the label that came with it. It's from Pasture Management Systems. And that's a local company here in North Carolina, a local distributor. And they supply all different types of electric fencing supplies, any type of fencing supplies and everything. But they're like a supplier, not a place where an individual can go buy. That you actually, that stuff comes to a local farm and garden place or something, a dealer from the Pasture Management Systems. But anyways, so far so good. I don't know how well it'll hold up. This one roll, like I said, was 165 feet, and it was $164 for that roll. And as I mentioned before, each wire that's orange has power on it. These white ones don't. The posts are like a hard fiberglass, and they just stick down in the ground. You got a little foot peg right here. You put your foot on it and push it down in the ground. Super simple to put up. As I mentioned before, it's meant to keep predators away from your chickens, not to keep your chickens in. Of course, like, so far so good. Like I said, the only chickens I had to get out was some really small ones that I still had. They run through the wire, and honestly, they didn't stay out long, and they run back in with the rest of the chickens. But to energize it, I've just got it hooked to my horse fence here with a jumper wire up to these little clips here. So if I want to get in, all I've got to do is unhook it and I take the power off of it. Now you're supposed to well, I don't guess you're supposed to. It don't matter how you get power to it, but a lot of people, if they just want it out in the middle of a random field or something with their chickens in it, they will run like a solar fence box or have a stationary fence box run straight to that, straight to this netting. But a lot of people, the most common that I've seen was using a solar fence box. But since the chicken coop is close to my horse pasture, figured why not just jump it from that, and I don't have to have an extra fence box. So far so good. I'm probably going to use this with my meat chickens, and when right out there is my chicken tractor. When I put the meat chickens in it, I'm probably just going to run them along this fence line, and once they get big enough that I can start turning them out into this, I'll either buy me another roll of this to turn them out, or we'll take this one up and use it too. I don't know, because I'm gonna have to take it up every time we mow and stuff like that anyways. But I just wanted to give you my thoughts on this here poultry wire. Is it worth $164? I guess that depends on how bad you want it. I mean, it works good to me so far. It seems like it's going to work good. The question is how well it'll hold up. You know, I'm sure there's several different brands of poultry wire out there. You just have to check with your local farm and garden supply store and check it out and see what they've got. I know there's a bunch of them online as well. Premier One seems to be the most popular, and from what I've read, it's probably the best there is. But like I said, I bought this from the local guy here, and I like to support local people when I can. And it was a little bit cheaper than the Premier One. You know, 164 foot of roll of Premier One was shipped to me was over $200. But anyways, I just wanted to share my thoughts on this stuff so far, and so far so good. I'll give it a big thumbs up so far. Like I said, I don't understand why the chickens don't fly out of it, but I guess they don't have a reason to fly, because most of the time a chicken will only fly if it's threatened. So anyways, I have been putting my chickens up every night though. I'll get in and I'll close the door on the coop and keep them in there at night, just cause I don't trust it just yet to keep everything away from the chickens. And just in case you're wondering about your chickens getting shocked, I don't know how many people knew this, but a chicken can't get shocked except for on its comb. The feathers on a chicken are so thick that they can touch an electric wire and it will not shock the chicken through it. Now they can get shocked through their legs, but their cone is what's going to hit first. So if they get shocked, it's only going to be through their cone. And I've only seen one chicken so far of mine that acted like it got shocked. It got up close to the wire and cackled a little bit and run away from it. So I think it got shocked. But other than that, you know, I don't think it's really going to shock the chickens. It's mainly to shock whatever tries to get in there and get your chickens. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed watching. Just wanted to share some thoughts on this here poultry wire. And you can see there, them chickens, they're out there chowing down on some grass. But so far so good. I'm pleased with it so far. And you know, this is one good way to turn your chickens loose and not have to worry about something getting them. You can put them and let them run in the grass and in your yard or whatever, and you don't have to worry about a fox or something like that getting them during the day while you're not paying attention to them. But anyways, as always, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff like this, and we will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.